Hey everyone, Jen here. I wanted to jump on today and show you guys the new design that's coming out Friday and give you some tips and pointers for dressing up our new Shabby Snowman design. So this design has been requested, I think 2 years now, and we finally, got around to doing it. So he is ridiculously cute. I made a bunch of samples to show you guys, and I of course want to dress up my snowman. So I have a couple supplies here that I'm going to go over. That way you're ready for Friday. You can run out and get this stuff now. You might even have some of this stuff at home. So, get out pen and paper and you can make a list, and let's get started. Okay, first up, I want to talk about the wood bases. This is one of the most asked questions in our group about the shabby items that we do, and everybody loves to put them on the stands. Amanda Scott did a blog post. She used the Halloween ghost showing how she put her stands together, and that's a great resource, which I'll link below. We also have a shopping list on Amazon that has the exact products that I use for my samples. So I use two different things. So the first is these hobby wheels. I forget what they're exactly called on Amazon, but they're for like derby cars or wooden cars, and they are wood wheels. You can get them at Hobby Lobby, and you can get them on Amazon, which I linked those. They come in some different sizes, and some have some more detail to them. Okay, so these were used in class. So if you came to class in August, these are the stands that we used for class. And they take a 3/8 inch dowel, and you can get these on Amazon. You can also get them at Hobby Lobby, and I just picked up a mixed pack at Walmart. So they are readily available. So you have to get the correct size. And if you get the 3/8 inch, it fits right into the wheel. I like to use these for the smaller guys. So this is a 5x7 snowman. So I like it with the smaller wheels. And then this guy here is the 6x10. And I have the other stand that I use on this one. So I also have to cut these down, obviously. So I just have a little saw, and I cut these in half, and then you can get 2 snowmen out of 1 dowel and 2 wheels. So the other stand I use is the wood pieces. These again are linked on the Amazon shopping list. They are originally meant to be ornament bases. So I guess to, make up your own ornaments to sell. So these you do have to drill the hole into. So usually I just set up a bunch and get out the 3/8 inch. I don't know, Ross does it, but he might use a little bit larger drill bit for the holes. So he measures it out, and then he just drills, all of the bases for me. And then I use wood glue, and I put the dowels in. You can just, if the hole is correct, just wiggle them in and leave them. That way you can disassemble them and put your items away to, they store a lot easier. So also a member in our Facebook group, she posted that she used these candlesticks from Dollar Tree. So I went and bought some. The top pops off pretty easily just by going back and forth. And then she spray painted the base and then used these for her, I believe she used the quilted trees. So that's also an option if you don't want to put stuff together. Okay, so let's talk decorating your snowman. So the file comes with 2 buttons already that you can stitch out, or you can skip them all together. It does come with the arms, which they are sewn in to the body. You'll want to use a firm felt. So if you've seen on the channel, we use Felty a lot. That is a lot firmer than the wool blend, which is what I used here. I just didn't have the correct color. So definitely use something that's a little more stiff. And if you have a acrylic felt, you can always make it more stiff with some interfacing. So, so those are sewn in. So again, the 2 buttons get sewn out and the face, and you can leave it off, which is what I did on this one. And I decorated the stomach with buttons. On this guy, I used pom-poms. So that's an option. The scarves are just fabric. It's just a strip of fabric, and I looped it on here just as you would a scarf that you were wearing. I didn't tie it or anything. I just looped it on. So if you have fabric scraps or cute snowman fabric, that will make great little scarves. And then for the hats, this is the part that you'll want to run out and get if you don't already have it. So these hats, you can see them here, are toddler mittens from Target, the dollar spot. And they come in a, obviously a 2-pack of mittens. Kids mittens, $1 in the dollar spot. So I grabbed, they have different colors. I just grabbed some because I knew I was going to cut them up. And all I did was cut off starting at the thumb and over. So you get 2 hats. This is, again, the 5x7 size. The hat would definitely fit on the 3x5 size. I don't know that it would fit on the 8x8. So you'd be able to use this at least for the 5x7. And it's literally just sitting on there. You can secure it with hot glue. So the edge just rolls up nicely. It doesn't really fray. You could even add a little tiny bit of stuffing if you wanted to. And then I hot glued pom-poms on top of the hats. I don't know what size. This is 1 inch and this might be 1.5 pom-poms. Okay. For the larger, this is the 10x10 size. Again, this is the 6x6 size, which this is my favorite. So he has a scarf and a hat. This hat was created from Dollar Tree socks. So $1.25 Snug-A-Doo adult socks. These were hanging with all the Christmas socks. You can see I went ahead and cut myself a hat. So what I did for this hat was, you can tell right here, I cut at about the heel. So you have a good length of hat. And then I may have even, let me see where I cut the other one. So this is the pink one. Yep, so I cut one piece to get the hat. So, and you just roll it over. And this does shed a tiny bit, but nothing crazy. You can roll it any way you want. And so this guy is also a 6x10, so we'll throw it on here. And this, it's like a chenille sock. It's nice and slouchy. Could also put, if you didn't want it slouchy, you could just put stuffing in there. But it's really nice. I mean, for $1 for 2. So the scarf is just another piece cut straight across, so you have a loop of fabric. And I took that loop, I'll take this part off, took that loop and I just put it over the neck of the snowman. Okay, that's my sample, so they are sewn in, but my original one I didn't sew them in. Okay, and then I took cut another strip and just cut it in half, so it's one piece, and looped it up and under. And this does, again, this sheds a tiny bit, but you're not playing with these, so I don't mind. Okay, so we just loop it around, and then this is a nice big fluffy pom-pom. Okay, so here's this hat. Again, I have fabric on here, but I'm going to put my blue scarf on him. Okay, and then lastly, I want to talk about fabrics. So this is the original tester. It's done in, I believe it's called Sheen. I forget which company makes this, maybe Robert Kaufman. It's kind of like grunge. This one is made in grunge glitter. It's just a lot more sparkly than the grunge. So it's a quilting cotton. And you can tell that like it's not as round, which is fine. Like this is a snowman. She's cute. But you're not going to be able to, you know, stretch out or really get it super, super round because there's no stretch in this fabric. You could cut your fabric on the bias and get a little more stretch that way if you wanted. So that's an idea. But I do love them in the cotton. But then I made them in fleece. And that was like, to me, the best fabric to use. So fleece does not fray, really. This one got a little fuzzy, but I've never had fleece fray. That's why you can make those like fleece throw blankets and just tie them off. Fleece you can get in 2-way stretch or 4-way stretch. For this project, 2-way stretch is definitely the way to go if that's what you have or if you're going to go out and go shop for some. Okay, so if you go to like Joann's or Hobby Lobby, you don't have to ask. You can, if you don't know, you can just pull the fabric. So 2-way stretch is only going to stretch one way and the other way is not going to have any stretch. 4-way stretch is going to stretch no matter which way you pull it. So for this, you want to, when you make the snowman in the hoop, you want the stretch to go side to side because you want the round. You can see this one's belly. Look how round it is compared to this guy. And you can tell these are the same size. So maybe this will be easier. You can see, and I haven't even stuffed this one as much as I've stuffed this one, but you can see how much rounder because the fabric will give and you can make a more, I don't know, chubby snowman. So when you put your fabric in, make sure again, the stretch is side to side and the non-stretch is top to bottom. And then you'll have a nice, fluffy snowman. So I did 2 different ways of cutting. You can use pinking shears, which this one you can see here's the pinking shears, which I do love that on the cotton. I just think it looks so much better. It's just a nice little detail. On the fleece, it didn't, I don't know, both are fine with me. I probably would still go with the pinking shears just because it gives it a little more detail. So you can see this one has the pinking shears and this one is just a straight cut with scissors. Also cute. And that's pretty much it. So just some pointers. I really cannot wait to see what you guys do with these snowmen. You can really dress them up with all kinds of stuff. The stabilizer I used, just for reference, is Tear Easy by Sulky. And I did use Solvy on the fleece version to keep the stitching out of the fleece. It's not necessary on the cotton. So that's it. And we'll see you guys Friday with our new snowman.